Hello everybody, how is it going? So, today, we're playing Law against, only Sakazuki. I think there's like 3 games, maybe 4, I don't exactly remember. I think it's just against this guy and then another guy that I rematch a whole bunch. But, yeah, I sped all this up because there is a good amount of thinking, so... Yeah, I still think it'll be a fine speed to just go back and watch these. I'm not worried. Kind of what I've been doing recently, and I'm not sure how good it is, or I'm not exactly sure, but just playing one drop or a 2 drop on your first turn, whether you're going first or second, and then just not playing anything turn 2, kind of makes it like, I don't know, it feels pretty bad for Sakazuki to spend removal on that, right? At least in my opinion, I feel like that'd just be minus to do. So I feel like playing that one searcher kind of dissuades them from dropping Lucci, and like they probably won't Hound Blaze a 1 drop or a 2 drop. But I mean, sometimes people will do it. I don't know how good it is, but they'll do it. But yeah, turn 2, we just swing 9. Their turn 3, they played a brand new turn 2, my bad. But yeah, their turn 3, I expect probably just going to be a blocker. It's probably the best option here. I keep getting messaged on Discord. I wish this would stop. You guys shouldn't be able to hear it though. He texts me for 5, and I'm like, yeah, he could swing again with the brand new, but I'll go down to 1 if I absolutely have to. I found that, yeah, a lot of people like to play Tashigi when they get in this spot. Sometimes at least like turn 2 they'll play Tashigi. I was talking to my friend about it the other night, and it's like, yeah, it's like a body that can attack, and it's also an answer to your 5 drop because they can just use Tashigi and then swing with leader. So it's an interesting answer. It's not the worst, honestly. But this turn we'll obviously be able to leader effect. We have plenty of cards in hand, very few searchers, and not a blocker law, so that's pretty bad. I think if we had a Bonnie at this point in the game, probably would have went more our way, just because we'd hopefully be able to find a a blocker law, and if not, we would just bounce the Bonnie for the Rush Luffy, which spending a Rush Luffy feels a little bit bad early on. We really want him for late game to try to cheese them out, but I still do it here. He defends the brand new, which I thought was really weird, so I'm just gonna swing the rest at life. Yeah, maybe I cleared the brand new. I don't even remember, just because I was like, why did he defend that? That's so weird. Yeah, I'll swing 5 at it just so he doesn't have 3 attackers, quote unquote, because, he could just Hounds Blaze Chopper and then boost up brand new. But yeah, I feel like when you play this way against Sakazuki, I don't know. I feel like they're forced to play it weird, but so are you. So, I mean, it's just such a weird matchup. Like, obviously, it's still not in your favor, but if you try to play it the complete normal way of just, playing a whole bunch of 1-drops early on, you just get Lucci to death, so it just really never works out. That's why I feel like Dogra is pretty important in just letting you, get your board up on that 1 turn, and maybe still have a spare Dawn or 2. Though you find a Bonnie, which is very good. Find a blocker law, also very good. No Zoro, but I think it's mostly okay. Just mathing out how I want to do it here. Honestly, Brook didn't feel the worst in this scenario because, he's only 2 Dawn to attack with. And a lot of the time in this matchup, you have to swing with your little guys because your stuff just never sticks. It's very annoying. So, I mean, it felt like having the Brook down was okay. And it works out that I get to swing 4 at the Tashigi, which feels pretty good. We're just going to go 5 at life. Could have went 7, but I figured, after dropping a bunch of counter, he'd probably just take a 5k. And then we'll just leader effect, bounce the... What did we bounce? I forgot. I assumed the Robin. And then, wait, no, didn't we just add the Robin? What did we bounce? Man, I'm tripping. Must have been an Otama or something. I don't know. I'm sorry. How did I actually... It's because it's sped up, I'm dumb. But, yeah. After leader ability, we pass it over. He plays Rebecca into Hina. Reduces my Law by 4. So... Law will most likely just be answered this turn, but hopefully, our Bonnie could just find another one. He has Lucci, so probably goes for the Brook and the Law. So my attackers are not very good. Honestly, I kind of want to go back to 4 Makino for Law, just because I feel like Makino is super important in this matchup. So is Rush Luffy. Like, honestly, I kind of just want to run, like, 4 Makino, like, maybe 3 or 4 Rush Luffy, because I feel like they're like, the main cards that'll get you wins against Sakazuki. And they're still, like, good into other decks. It's not like they're not, but honestly, at this point, looking at the board state, we're probably just out of this game. We find another blocker law, which is cool, but it's not going to super help us. We have the Robin, which is nice for the Rebecca, but we can't contest board. I mean, we just have a bunch of 1-drops and our leader. I'll attempt, you know, I'll swing 5 with Nami at life. I'll go 6. And, like, we can probably survive next turn, but unless we put them to, like, 0 this turn, it just was never going to work out. And even then, they'd probably just have a blocker, and I'd need to find a, you know, an unblockable Luffy to even try to get game there. And right here, I was like, should I play the Nami for an extra card, or should I just wall up and, you know, just swing 7? And that is what I do. And, like, there's, like, maybe some world if they have no blockers and I'm left with, like, one of my 1-drops to go for game. But, you know, I just don't think it ever happens. Sakazuki, into low end stuff, just, you know, it's very easy for them to just clear it. They're gonna go 6 of my life. I kind of have to counter this. I guess I could have blocked with Law and just 1K'd. And then, you know, because obviously Law will get removed. He uses Great Eruption. And then Lucci would be good here. Hound's Blaze is okay. It's still pretty good. If it's just Hound's Blaze, I'd probably live. But living really doesn't super matter unless I had some sort of attacker to go for game. It's pretty much like the remaining 3 swings will probably just eat up my blockers. And, yeah, I'm just kind of in a bad spot, especially if he just has drops of Borsellino or Sabo or Rebecca. Rebecca, I guess I could find the Robin with the Nami, but still, I don't think it gets me there. He's going to go... I don't know why he went 2 down on Lucci and just attacks for 5. I thought about countering out, but I was like, if I counter out, I just use 1 less blocker. And I don't think I'm ever just going to rebuild back my board next turn. Like, it's pretty much just hope that they don't have a blocker this turn. And they're leaving 4 up, so they probably do. And, yeah, just hope they have, like, no counter in hand. That's, like, the best we can do. We can still, like, potentially cheese it out, but it'd have to have, like, no counter. It'd be, like, 5 with Robin. Nami would have to find a rush card, play the rush card, attack, hope they, like, have maybe a 1K vest, and then just try to go for game. I just scoop it up. Alright. Next opponent. Play this guy a couple times. Hand is looking meh. I mean, it had the Dodon, but I'm going first, so I didn't really want to keep it. This hand is, like, still kind of meh. But we'll play the Veggie. Gonna continue my little habit of just seeing if they'll actually remove my 1/1 drop, or if they will leave it alone. He plays a brand new, finds a Great Eruption, probably will cycle. And next turn, we're just gonna probably swing big because there's nothing really else good to do. Yeah, I don't know. Guys, I'm gonna be real. Playing Law in the future, and even this set, just seems like not the move. I love this deck to pieces. It's kind of why I started my channel, because I was like, hey, I really like this deck. I feel like I've gotten pretty decent at it, you know. Let's make the channel. But yeah, I mean, I might eventually have to... Next set, I know I really want to play Reiju. Maybe Perona as well, but for now, it's Reiju. I know Law is getting, like, some new cards in EBO1, which is cool. They get, like, the Basil that restands to Dawn. I don't know really about much else, but yeah, I mean, I just think it's, like, weird because, like, Law is still really, really good. It's just, I wouldn't even say he's getting power crept. It's kind of just what's good now with all their, like, the little removal is just really, really good against Law, and it kind of just prevents you from doing what you want to do. And it just, you know, it's not like black as a color is going to go away now, and that, like, they already have gained all their very efficient answers, so I just think it might be the move to start playing other decks. But Yeah, I play I played my Dodon. I found a Nami, which is good. He does Hound Blaze it and drops another Borsalino. I feel like Borsalino is a very annoying card in this matchup because we don't play removal at all. Not that we could even really remove Borsalino. I mean, we need to like tap it with Izo or something, which I mean, I guess is something you could consider doing or running, but I don't think so. Izo isn't searchable. I think you just have to play the normal Law Core. But yeah, just setting up our board this turn, attacking for 7 because we play down the Brook, and then we'll just leader Law Zoro. Sounds like a plan. I don't think you can afford to try to fight for board, honestly, because I think you just always lose that, right? You just have to keep going life. And I didn't really want to swing with my Zoro, but I have to, because if not, it'll just get removed and get 0 value. So yeah, we swing for 6. I really wanted to leave my Radical Beam up just in case he randomly just like popped my Law and tried to go for game, but I'm just like, nah, I can't. I just need to swing with the Zoro, and I mean, hopefully put him to 0, but he did counter out, obviously, because I think he knows I have the Luffy in hand. I'm pretty sure I searched it. He's just going to swing for 5 at something. I'm honestly probably just going to take the free block. Maybe I'll counter. I don't know. Taking the free block is a little bit scary because he could just randomly go for game. Looking back, maybe I should just take the free block because if he wants to bet the whole game on swinging with the Borsas, it's probably just a misplay, right? So maybe blocking there would be better. He Great Eruptions, puts my Law down to a 2 cost, and then we'll see if he has a way to reduce something else. He doesn't, so I mean, my Zoro technically sticks around, but I can't really defend it from the other swings if he swings with like the brand new with like a Hound's Blaze or something, or the Borsalino. So yeah, he pops my Law and my Dogra, and I imagine the Hound's Blaze is coming, which pretty much means he outs my Zoro plus another body. I do have the Makino, which is cool. I mean, like, could get me somewhere, but also not really. Bottom decks by Nami, goes 1 Dawn on the brand new, attacks for 7. I just have to let that go, right? I don't have a choice. If I counter, I lose out on the Makino. I don't know. It's like, it's debatable. He swings 5 with brand new, or not brand new, Borsalino, which is cool. So I get to see 1 more card, which I guess could have potentially changed how I played here. But there's just no way. I need to, like, the only way I win this game is if I swing for 6 and he greedily takes it. That's the only way. And, yeah, that just never works. I was trying to see if I could, like, build up a little bit of a board to, like, play Luffy and then restand Luffy. But there's just no way. And we swing for 6, he has a 2k. And now it's like, alright, we have to play Makino, user, give a Dawn to Robin, and again hope he just takes a 6k. And I don't think that works because that would have been, what, 2 Dawn? And then we'd have 5 Dawn, and then our Luffy couldn't have even been unblockable. So that route never works. So we end up playing the Dawn, find a Dogra, use Dogra to cheat out Makino. And it's just, I don't know, this turn is just so bad. There's just no reality where we win at this point. I'm just playing it out to play it out. We swing 7. And we can't even bounce into Luffy, so I mean, yeah, it just really doesn't matter. He was out of 2Ks, which I guess is cool, but yeah, we couldn't win that. There was just no route. We will rematch though. Need him to swing with both Borsalinos. Come on, get greedy. You don't need blockers. I get to go second, which is cool. We have a Dodon and a Nami. No green right now, but yeah, we'll just find it, surely. Yeah, all is fine, all is well. We have the Robin, which is nice because Robin just negates Rebecca being a card. But I mean, they still kind of trade up because they get a card back to hand and can play a card for free. So it's still good, just not having to deal with the 0 cost, 0 power blocker. I mean, Rebecca, honestly, that card is just so crazy to me. That card is nuts. Why is there a 0 like blocker attached to also playing out a 5k body and adding back almost anything in your graveyard? What were they thinking? Give me a card like that, except it's a 1-drop, and it adds a 1-drop for my grave, and it plays it for free, and not tapped. I think that'd be a good idea. Just give me a Dogra on steroids. But he plays a brand new, and then just attacks me for 6. I'm just going to swing 9. Again, it's like if you really want to remove this Dodon, I guess go off. If not, he'll probably just attack me with leader and maybe get down a blocker. Yep, plays down the Rebecca, grabs Kobe. I'm surprised, I don't know, I know some people attack in the Kobe. I don't really love it, honestly. I feel like actually, discarding a card from your hand when you have so many free ways to remove stuff is just bad. But he does it, and he pops that Dodon. So I'm like, alright, whatever. I think I can build up my board next turn if I really want to, because it's always like 5 Dawn to build up your board, plus 2. But with the Dogra, it makes it 4 Dawn plus 2, and that's 6, so this is the turn I can do it. So we'll play Nami, find another Zoro, or a Radical Beam. But I mean, honestly, we know we're probably not going to leave up Dawn for the Radical Beam, so this turn's just going to be awkward. We'll Dogra cheat out Robin, pop the Rebecca, and then it's just like chopper, leader effect into Restand Law. No value, obviously, but at least it's a 5 cost. Maybe it'll make a difference. Not really, but it's there, Just imagine we had the new the new Cavendish. We'd have 2 Dawn. We could have swung 7 with leader after doing all that. Sick. But yeah, passing it over. I mean, he doesn't really have much of a board. To be fair, I really don't either. I just have the Restand Law and a bunch of 1-drops. But I mean, it could be worse. I'll swing 5. I'm just gonna take it. I kind of want him to just like get greedy with his swings and try to like kill me or put me in a bad spot. It's also a matter of I have almost no counter in hand. I have 3 Zoros in hand right now, so that's pretty bad. After using Great Eruption, he plays Lucci, pops a Law, and one of my 1-drops. Goes for a Chopper. Fair enough. Could just swing. Sorry. Had to yawn. My bad. Could just swing 5 with brand new and leave Kobe standing, but ends up just going 6. I'll drop a 2K. Sure. This matchup, it's so annoying, man. Like, the way you win this matchup is usually just the most ridiculous way. Like, it's almost always never a normal way to win. Like, you never win on board. It's always just swinging for the fences, and sometimes it just works. It's I don't know. I don't find it very fun, honestly. We're just gonna go 4 with Robin because I have enough Dawn to spare to do that. I don't have an extra one to go like 5 at life. If he defends the Kobe, I mean, sure, whatever. I feel like I don't know if it was this game or one of the other games, he really defends like his little bodies. And I don't really get that, but I guess go off. Most of the time the swings I'm like throwing at them are usually just because I have spare Dawn. But we'll go 1 for the Veggie. And yeah, we'll clear the Kobe because we're not going to kill him, and we have a backup Luffy. So I guess in that sense, yeah, counting out wasn't the worst, but we'll see. We'll see. We could still very easily die to just like a Hound's Blaze. Like we have like no counter at all. But I'm just gonna hope he goes for board because he thinks it's safer. So that's just the plan. We'll see. Goes 6 at the Luffy. I'll drop a 1K. I'll act like I have any amount of counter at all. I don't. After this, it's like whatever swing he goes for is going through, minus the Chopper. Chopper could be good. Goes 3 Dawn on leader. Attacks Luffy for 8. I'll take that block, sure. It seems like he doesn't have removal this turn, so that sounds pretty good. I like not playing into removal. If even just a Luffy sticks, I mean, we're in a pretty good spot. I don't know if we'd be able to go for game, but probably have to try it, because if not, I would die. We'll go 2 Dawn on brand new, attack my Zoro. I don't have counter. I'm happy he went for the Zoro and not just like one more Dawn went for Luffy. But 4 Dawn left, probably a blocker, I would imagine. And that probably also just seals our fate on winning this game. Actually, I think I misplayed this turn. Let's watch this back. Because right here, I'm like, okay, I can't go for game. He has 4 in hand, and I'm like, let me just clear the board. Because like, if I clear the whole board and set up more of my board, I might be able to win. And if he drops a bunch of cards like defending these equal swings, it might work out. So we're gonna go 1 Dawn on one of my 1-drops and just clear the brand new. He's been like saving him earlier, so I'm like, please just drop like a 1k, that'd be sweet. He does not. Just counting out my Dawn, seeing what I can actually do this turn and what's good. I'm gonna go, I think 3 Dawn on Nami, just because I want to get the lower swing over with, because I don't want to put 4 Dawn on my Nami, but 3. That sounds good. And if he counters this, I get another free swing with leader, or potentially another free swing with a Zoro if I just play down a Zoro. They're quote unquote free. It just means I don't have to like invest more Dawn into like swinging into the Lucci. So yeah, he counters and then he blocks. I'll play Zoro, go 5 again. And he lets it go. And right here I just go 6 at the Lucci, because I'm like, he surely doesn't have more counter, right? And I think I maybe should have just went like 8 or 9 at it and just guaranteed that it died. But my original line was like play Veggie here and then bounce into the other Luffy, which might have been greedy. I think it definitely was greedy. I think it was just supposed to swing 8 or 9, and then yeah, I had to scoop it up. He had the last 1k, so if we swung bigger there, we probably would have won that game. So yeah, you can call that a misplay. That's my bad. Could have played that better. But going into, this is either the second or the third game. I think this is the second game, or is it the third game? Man, I don't know. One of the games. There'll be timestamps for all the games. You guys will know. But we go first because he gets to choose. He drops a brand new turn 1. I don't do my 1-drop technique because it's a Bonnie or a Veggie, and also he's been removing them like all the time. So I just said whatever. I'll just skip out on doing that this game. Also means he probably won't. He's not gonna drop Lucci on curve and trade with anything, so that's good. He'll probably just, if he has the Borsalino, play the Borsalino. So he'll go 2 Dawn on the brand new. Yeah, this is annoying. I'll take it, and if he wants to go 7, I'll take it too. This is the problem. Again, if you do this against Rebecca, you don't get like bullied like this. But if you do it against Sakazuki, you do. So it's annoying. I think what might be fun is just playing Kid and then just constantly double swinging. I think that's the way. Maybe I should try that at locals. Honestly, that is probably pretty fun. I don't know. I feel like Kid is honestly low-key probably pretty good this format. But we're getting Uta soon, so I just want to play Uta. But maybe I'll try Kid. That Kid video up and coming. We'll see. We just swing 10, and I'm like, if he wants to do the same thing again next turn, I'll counter out of one of them, but I am just going to go down to 1 life, because I think I have to. We got him down to 2 already. 1 more swing, he's at 1 as well, so it's not that bad. He also isn't developing his board when he does this back to me, so it's kind of not the worst. Yeah, sure, the brand new's annoying, but if I get him to keep swinging with it, that means he isn't going to play down blockers. And yeah, he's doing it again. He's going to swing 7 with the brand new, and then probably swing 7 with leader. And yeah, I'll just take the counter out of this one because I have enough resources in hand to build up my board. I had to chuck a Bonnie there, which feels a bit bad, but I mean, whatever. We have an extra one. And we'll finally start playing the game. We'll play Dagra into Nami, pick up a Brook. Just counting out my Dawn. We probably want to get the little blockers down because they're going to keep us alive, hopefully. So yeah, Veggie. We'll play the Bonnie, find a Zoro for the Law in hand. I'm going to finally clear this brand new. And I think he defends it. And I'm like, what is this? Why are you dropping 2 cards to defend this brand new, man? But he does it. And I'm just going to leader effect into Law Zoro and then just clear it. Which again, I mean, yes, this 5k could have went into life, but he defended it the first time. And I kind of wanted him to do it again. And he does. So, I mean, yeah, I think good exchange. I'm not sure why he's doing that. I mean, yes, you would be really behind on board, but all it really takes is just Lucci, my Law, my Zoro, and we're still pretty even on board. Like, yeah, I could swing with my little guys, but that's about it. See, I don't know. Interesting play. Interesting play. I'll go 3 Dawn on the brand new. Swing at my face? Okay, thought he was going for Zoro. I'll take a 2k, because why not? It's easy to defend. Don't want to go down to 0 for free. He'll just go 5. That means free block with Law. Very cool. And he has 5 Dawn remaining, so maybe an Ice Age, and then a Lucci would probably be his best course of action here. Yep. That is what he has. Pretty good. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, I guess, like, the brand new made me drop, what, like 1 card? But wouldn't that Dawn have just... Nah, defending that brand new was definitely a misplay. There's no way it wasn't, because that 3 Dawn could have just been used to swing on leader, and it would have either traded with one of my blockers or 2 cards from my hand. Why did he defend that brand new so hard? I don't know. He uses leader, cycles out a great eruption, and then we're back to it. We find a blocker Law. Thank God. We probably just lost the game if that Bonnie didn't hit anything. So we're still in it, and I'm probably gonna ignore this brand new at this point because it's not worth, I think, putting swings into it. I think we're just gonna get really aggressive this turn. We're going to play Makino, boost up Nami, attack for 7. He'll take. I'm just going to use leader. Might as well do it now because I swear, man, they always have that Ice Age in life. And we should swing with Zoro first. We'll go 5 with Zoro. And he'll probably just take a 1k. And then we'll go 7 with leader. If we put him to 0, we're in a pretty good spot. He pretty much needs to clear most of my board, if not all of it. And we have 2 Makinos in hand, so yeah, this Nami is sideways, but if there's a world where we can save that Nami, we're gonna do it. So yeah, passing it back. He's on 10 Dawn. Objective, keep this Nami around. He could very easily just pop it, but surely he wants to pop my Law and my Zoro, so he might just swing at my Nami, and then I trade my blockers for my Nami. That's the plan. And that is what he does. He goes 5 at the Nami. I'm going to take this free block because I don't care. Try to go for game. That doesn't work either. I have actually a lot of counters, so if he just tried to go for game with brand new and Lucci, it doesn't work. Not to mention he'd also need to answer both my veggies. So there is that. But he Ice Ages my Law, plays another Lucci. Law and Zoro both gone. Alright. He still has 2 more swings, and probably he's going to play a blocker. Plays the Rebecca. Okay. Grabs back to Kobe. So Kobe could pop my Nami, which means I'm in a bad spot. But he doesn't do that. He pops my veggie. So I'm like, okay, I counter out of the brand new attack, and I block the Lucci attack, and I should be able to go for game. I use 3 1Ks to get out of that because I want both my Makinos. Then he swings 6 with Lucci, I block, and yeah, we should have it. But I mean, you guys see what I mean? Like, this is how I'm winning this game with 2 Makinos and a random Nami that survived my entire board being wiped. Like, I don't know, man. I feel like, this matchup is very annoying. I was just trying to figure out what the correct numbers to attack were. I just play both my Makinos and then I work it out after, because I'm like, alright, 2 Dawn would make Nami a 10, and then I'd have 6 Dawn left to make my leader an 11. But I could use 3 Dawn and Nami, make her 11, and then my leader's a 10, so I'm like, whatever. It just doesn't matter. I need him to just not have 10, like 3 2Ks, and then I win this game. And he blocks the 10K, and I'm like, alright, cool. I win the game. We made it. We won a game against Lucci. Or not Lucci, Sakazuki. We did it. Yeah, had only 2K worth of counter power. I think I'd go for another rematch, but yeah, he ends up quitting out. But that's all good. Yeah. Law versus Sakazuki. It's all pain and suffering. Play something else this format. Law is too annoying to play. Unless you really like Law, then play Law, and good luck with all the Sakazukis. But yeah, I mean, anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.